Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Up Late podcast. I'm Tshelane Reid and I'll be guiding you through our storytellers and their stories each week. We'll be bringing you poems, prose and spoken word from talented writers of all backgrounds and providing a much needed space to those who don't often have their voices heard. For the month of April, we thought it only best to share our stories with you all. So this month you'll be hearing from the Up Late team and our friends. We've challenged ourselves to respond to the prompt Genesis. For episode 1, Malachi, our co-producer, shares with us the struggle of tackling depression alone. Enjoy.
Every morning before today for the past 2 years has been exactly the same. The same feeling, the same sequence, the same battle. There is a muffled alarm. It's coming from above. The distance is far, so I move towards it. I can't fly or float, so I swim. Each arm and leg movement is difficult, but habit has developed muscle memory. The longer I swim, the louder the alarm becomes. The noise is getting to the point of becoming deafening. I can now see the surface and the blinding light of the sun on the other side. The last few strokes are always the worst. Lactic acid has built up to the point that my limbs will soon be rendered useless. I can no longer hold my breath. A single inhale of air would be true ambrosia. I am now so close to the surface that I can shut my eyes and count. 3, 2, 1. I open my eyes. I am now laying in my bed, but I can't sit up. It feels like there's a giant boulder on my chest. I can barely reach over to stop my wake-up call. I am no longer in the water, but my muscles still feel like jelly, and my breath is still hard to catch. My chest jolts up and down as if paramedics are administering CPR. My breathing is quick, but very shallow. I feel terrible. But I know this moment is nothing compared to the experience waiting for me outside of these 4 walls. The feeling of inadequacy, shame, guilt, loneliness and worthlessness all wait for me outside. And I have nobody to blame apart from myself. If it was up to me, I would keep that boulder on my chest and I would hold my breath swimming upwards forever. I would rather do those things than burden anyone else with the demons that have made those scenarios so real. This was my story, or at least I thought this was my story. The same feeling, the same sequence, and the same battle. That was my story for 2 years. However, not today, not this morning. There was no swimming for air, no boulder on the chest. I accept having feelings of inadequacy, shame, guilt, loneliness, and worthlessness. But I no longer blame myself. I no longer see myself as a burden. I open myself to assistance on this long journey to recovery. A journey which starts now.
We hope you enjoyed Malachi's story. I'm sure we can all relate to having to pull ourselves out of a dark place at one point in our lives. Let us know what you thought of episode 1 by using the hashtag UpdatePodcast on Twitter. Over the next few weeks, we actually have some more amazing writers sharing their response to April's prompt. So join us next Sunday for episode 2. Oh, and tomorrow we'll be opening our virtual doors for submissions for the month of May. Follow us at Update Podcast UK for May's brief. And remember, all successful storytellers will get a cash prize from us as a little thank you for your contribution. Thanks again for listening. Until next time, my lovelies. Mwah.